Hi everybody, it's Tanisha again. Um, Today, I don't know, I've been feeling a while to do another video. Only God knows why. Um, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, so you won't understand completely what I'm saying. But if you don't understand something, please comment below and ask me to explain, because I will take the time to explain what I'm trying to say better. But today there's a lot of things running through my mind all the time because, I have learned to thank God. When you thank God, you can't go wrong. So I've been feeling a whole bunch of ways this couple days. But today, especially, I wanted to ask everybody a question. Why don't people follow God? Why don't people follow Jesus? And then it got me thinking a little bit that most people do not follow God or do not follow Jesus because they be like, oh, I have to stop doing this, I have to stop doing that, I have to give up so much. But and then they be like, oh, but I'm not a religion, I believe in God. I'm not a religion either. I don't believe in religion. I believe religion came to separate people. And God is not about separation. God is about a relationship. God wants everybody to stay together because a house that is divided does not move forward. Plain point, simple like that. It won't move. So why would God want his kingdom, the earth that he made, to be separated, the earth that he made to be divided into different groups, into different religions? That's not what it's all about. So it's just that I don't understand. I just don't really understand because following God isn't it's not hard. People make it seem harder than what it is. I'm not gonna say the path of God is easy because it's not. I've been here in this path for about 2 years and a half, almost three, and I've been through a lot. I have seen so much within the church more than what I have seen outside of in the world. But then I wouldn't go back to where I was. I wouldn't go back to how I lived in the world. That trust that what I did in the world was way worse than now, because now when I go through a situation, I understand that God will lift me up. God will give me strength. God will give me so much knowledge to just move forward and forget and tell me and understand that I am not following the church. I am following God. At the end of the day, I want to be with God. I don't want to be with the church. The church doesn't care about me that much. It's God. God uses people to come to you, to to make you believe in what he has done. And I have known that God has a bigger purpose for everybody. For each person, God has a purpose. And so I remember the first time I started going to church, trust that I didn't want to be there. People might think, oh, but you Tanisha, you're so into God nowadays that of course you wanted to be there. No, I did not. I was literally sitting in the back of the church and text on my phone. I will not pay attention one word the pastor was saying. That was not me. I was not willing to do anything. But then God worked with me and worked with me. I believe by the third time I went to church with my parents, because I was forced to go a couple times. But by the third time I went, I was called to the front. I didn't go to the front by myself, but God called me to the front. And he said, you, come here. I went, obviously, because I'm not disrespectful. I do not disrespect the things of God. Even before, when I was in the world, I didn't disrespect the things of God because I knew there was a God. I believed in a God, but I didn't follow a God. So he called me up and he was like, come here. And he told me exactly how I felt inside. He explained to me the hurt that I've been through. He explained to me how I was so empty and didn't understand what was going on. People think sometimes, oh, you're always happy, you're always jumpy, you're always this, and then, but that's what they see. But they don't really understand sometimes that you do go through stuff. You sometimes go through the most deepest and the most lowest point in your life that sometimes you can't get up by yourself. And then when I went through that situation, the only one who got me up was God. And I knew it was God who spoke to me, because I remember one day I I came home. I went through a situation in my house, and I went to my room. For I could be alone, this is what I used to do. I used to lock myself in my room, turn off the lights, so it will be pitch black that I can't. There's nobody can see. And I had a window, and I opened my window, and I would look outside and to the moon, because it was dark, and I would look outside to the moon, and I'll be like, God, why am I here? Why am I suffering? Why do you have me here? I don't understand why you have me here. People would not, they wouldn't care if they lost me, Lord Jesus Christ. So why am I here? And I would cry to him, and I would say, and I would tell God, even though I didn't, like I said, I didn't follow a God, I will tell God, and I'd be like, take me away, kill me. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this earth. I don't want to suffer. And when the pastor told me that, I was like, wow, God, even when I didn't believe that you listened to me, you listened to me. Sometimes we feel sometimes that God does not listen. Or where are you at this moment? Where are you where this happened? But he does listen, and he does understand. And trust that I've been through things. Like, people always think you don't go through anything. You don't know what I have been through. But I'm telling you that whatever you decide to do, God will always put people that went through what you went through. Always. And in my situation, not everybody has gone through what I went through. I'm not gonna say what I've been through unless God tells me to tell people what I've been through. I will tell you personally, and I will come up to you and I'll be like, I've been through this, and that. And look where I am now. Before, I was afraid to show my face to my family. Before, I was ashamed of what I've done. But now I have so much value. I have so much things, so much more plans for myself. It's like, why wouldn't I follow God? He gave his son for me. Even when I didn't follow him, he gave his son for me. He told me that he loved me. Even when I didn't love him, he told me that he loved me. And then I don't understand why people be like, oh my God, I have to give up so much. I have to give up so much. It's crazy. But then again, it's like, you're doing so little for what he has done for you. You don't even understand where he has placed you. You don't even understand sometimes what of the things he has covered you from. Because I understand sometimes, and I'd be like, sometimes I'd be like, well, why did I go through this? If you had me in your hands, why did I go through this? But then it made me understand it's because the purpose that I have within the plans of God, I need to go through this. I needed to go through this because everybody has heard of this. God will not give you more than what you can handle. So then why are we always so worried? And why don't we always give God the place that he's supposed to be? A lot of things go before God to a lot of people. But we need to learn that God has to be number one. God has to be something important in your life. You have to try to get closer to God. Because I'm not going to say I'm here and I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. But I follow God. I'm not perfect. I am a sinner. I might not always understand and I might not always get it right. But I have a God that is molding me, and I have a God that is continuing to show me that without him, I am nothing. Without him, I am empty. And then, if people knew me before, they know that I was not I wasn't perfect, and I'm still not perfect, but I am getting better. I am getting better in the sense that I'm not doing the same thing as before. I am supposed to be a light in the darkness. The darkness will not cover the light that God has placed in me. And this is where I want people to understand, why don't you follow God? I won't pressure you into following God because that's not what God came to do. God gave us a choice to follow him. He said, you can either follow me and I will give you the solution to your problem, or you could go and fight your own battles on your own. But then that's not what I want. But that's your choice, because God is a gentleman and he gives us a choice. So I'm going to leave you with this thought, and I hope that people answer my questions. My question that I have asked, why don't people follow God? Why don't people want to follow Jesus' footsteps? Because that's where my heart is standing right now. But God bless you, everybody, today and always. I hope that whatever you are going through at the moment, that, throw yourself at God, leave it in God's hands, because He knows all things. Trust me that even when you think that He's not seeing you going through the situation, He is. Even when you think that He doesn't hear you, because at moments I have prayed and I be feeling like God does not answer me, God doesn't hear me, God doesn't see me or speak to me, because sometimes we're just like, God, speak to me at least, so help me to understand that you're listening to me, what I'm saying. But then trust me that just means God is working, it just means that God is doing something better, but you need to take a time and you need to wait. And that's it. But God bless you today and always, everybody. I'm here for whenever you guys need me. God bless you.